All right, with that info out of the way, let's go into the info specific to this game. We were talking a little bit about the Oracle, but on the other side, the Shadow Demon does exist. And
it kind of goes both ways. In
Yes.
one way, DY, he messes with Shadow Demon's poison stacks as he has that Fortune Sand to work with. On the other hand, you have Fata with Demonic Purge, which messes with Oracle's ulti quite a lot. So we'll see which one comes out on top. But Shadow Demon definitely is followed up by Hanskin. You have your Disruption into Arrow combo on the top lane, and because of that, Centaur might have a difficult lane to be on. Last game, he fed the first blood, but he still did quite well. He still did dominate. Oh my god.
he should get off. But look, you know what this is right now? They're marking him for death. Stack all the tips up. It's like, by the way, Zhao Yu, you will be first to fall.
He's trying to spin, but he's not successful. That's why.
No, he's wondering why Juggernaut offlane's not a thing. And he's going to move in now with his supports to try and secure the runes. Hanskin has got the arrow, though. He's a little bit paranoid, and they're just going to sneak around and steal one. The problem is they're hanging here.
Arrow does
actually hit him.
Yeah, but
Back into it.
they have to be careful about the amount of damage that they do to him because of Retaliate as well. So they got him low, but they pretty much just helped him out.
Yes, he
has
does
Retaliate now 10 stacks, and the lane should start a little bit easier for him. But you have to be careful too. Fata is there. He is thinking about that disruption.
I guess they're not worried about Retaliate, because, you know, if you stun the little pony, there's nothing you can do but die.
Yeah, but he's going to be in the middle of the fight, in between creeps. However, Oracle is an easier target too.
Oh, and they might trap him in here. He needs to see some trees and escape. Light Strike Array is fluffed.
Shadow Demon has to be careful here too.
Well, he'll at least get the first blood, and he'll just walk out. Zhao Yu couldn't do enough with that level 1 Retaliate.
Yeah, this is the tri lane that we expected. We didn't really expect tri lane from both sides, as Oracle will change that and move towards bottom.
You have to. There's no way you leave an Ember alone against a Legion.
Exactly. That really wasn't a choice for him to make. Even he has to go bottom. However, that leaves Lina and Centaur on the top lane. And even though Centaur is always around creeps, he will get stunned here.
He is meat and pot. He is indeed stunned. And because he took Retaliate, he has no way to protect himself, and PYW realizes he can't assist in that.
Yeah, it's your classic tri lane with Shadow Demon and Mirana. It's very difficult to play against. And because of that, Lina is going behind, trying to get this creep wave, but Shadow Demon is porting in, and he might catch her.
They will.
He has no cooldown on Disruption, though, so he's waiting one more second. Now he's got him. Let's see.
He's like, there's your LSA. Adorable. Here, get an arrow in return. We have stuns, too, and we also have even more kills. Just a classic combo. Alliance, they're making it work.
They're making it work, but even though Lina dies here, he did a good thing, because he took a lot of aggression away from Centaur, who's able to get to level 2, also who's able to take a full creep wave next and perhaps farm it before Void is there.
Oh, speaking of farm, later on, look at this. Alliance, free camp stacked right away.
Yeah, really well played by. They're very efficient when it comes to stacking. They've been stacking quite a lot in that last game too, and everyone is giving credit where credit is due to Nico Baby. He's been playing out of his mind. He's one of the main reasons why they won Dream League Season 12, but
where does he get that gold list?
He gets a lot of gold from stacks. He can join the fights all the time when he knows that once these fights are over, juicy stacks are waiting for him. So he definitely does enjoy having such capable supports as his teammates, Hanskin and Fata. They're on fire recently.
Yes, definitely. 33, he's not being pressured as hard as last game. He is suffering a little bit on the CS, but the mid's looking fairly decent as well, as Limp has been getting a few deniers in. And, well, there you go. It always happens. Whoever finds the rune, the regen rune, conveniently for a hero who's out of mana. You love life right now.
Yeah, Limp has that to work with. However, if you are Ori, you can use that Mystic Snake again to take that mana back. So, thank you for taking that regen. Let me take your mana back. Top lane, we see another arrow.
Movement in, jump straight across. He does have the stomp, but they're not close enough right now. Nico Baby will be stunned up by the LSA coming out.
He has 5 stacks, he's dead.
Zhao Yu, he is definitely dead.
Fata gets the kill with 5 stacks on him. And it's such an easy lane to play if you're Alliance. But then again, you're tri-laning and 3-3. Let's see how 3-3 is doing. He's moving back to base. He's running back. He's like, all right, guys, as long as you're dominating their offlaner, I'm fine. But 7 CS versus 20 on the Ember isn't really great, but Centaur has 2 CS, so...
Yes, and this time around they're getting their value as they find another arrow, force and lean into that choke point. And this is the difference, right, in this type of game, whereas before, you were kind of investing in value later. So it wasn't like 33 could write it off and go, it's okay, you're winning your other lane right now. This time around, they're completely just destroying ViCi's lane.
5 stacks again
Yep.
on Centaur.
Oh, that's painful.
Really low.
He has a salve at least.
Had the salve. He also had an Oracle there. Oracle could have purged him earlier, but opted not to because he sees the Centaur has 10 stick charges and just waits with the purge to use it aggressively instead. And yeah, this lane is definitely the most interesting one right now in the game.
What's the alternatives? A DP Medusa lane or a Legion and Ember one pre-6? It's the only choice we have here, Liz.
Well, mid lane actually
Oh.
is going down because Limp and Ori, they're battling it out.
He has the Fairy Fire on the stick though, so he'll be fine.
That's very fire stick and the salve to work with. So he just forced a lot of damage onto Ori, and now he moves back, salves up, mangoes up, and he's good to go again.
Oh no, the mana. A little bit of a mistake there, Limp getting...
Top lane, we
Usual
see the
position.
arrow again on the Centaur, but this time around I don't think this is a kill unless
Well, the
Nico
poison,
Baby
though.
comes.
I think the poison's the bigger deal here, Liz. If they get up to 4, they can right-click him low enough that he should die
It's
here.
level 1 poison, he has sticks, he's fine.
DY might die though, they change targets. They go for the easy one. He'll be ran down. One more bash would do it, or just a casual tap as Nico Baby gets himself another kill.
They get the Oracle, but most importantly they get some bounty runes, 3-3 on the bottom lane, and Hans can on the top lane get 2. Meanwhile, 2 go for ViCi Gaming as well, as Centaur and Ember pick some up. It's all about December and how well he does after the laning stage for ViCi Gaming, because even though they lost the top lane quite convincingly, Centaur really didn't have a good time there. He's only level 3. Ember Spirit had a lot early on, and he'll be able to rotate after he hits that small peak of his, like level 6 or 7. And that's where the fun starts for ViCi Gaming, because these 4 heroes will have to create quite a lot of space for their Medusa. Medusa is a hero that can fight earlier. It's not... Medusa isn't really what people consider her usually to be, like this super late game farmer. Well, she's not only that. She's not only super late game concentrated hero. If you itemize her properly, you can come online a little bit earlier in the mid game.
He is quite
Arrow.
awkward to do though. Nice arrow dodge, block rather coming in from center. Nice,
However,
gonna move in the bash. Oh, LSA, sidestep, jump in.
Limp is
Starstorm
coming.
comes out, PYW getting low, and Limp is indeed coming around the back. He has the Exorcism, but I don't know if they need it for the tower. They might just pop it here as they've got the Cardi barely alive, and Zhao Yu, speaking of alive, he's definitely not going to be for much longer. Stomp by
DY's there,
Hanskin, gonna go down. DY does snatch a kill in response, but with the Exorcism, they'll commit for the kill and the tower afterwards. LSA on the Fada. DY is going to be trapped in, getting Fada low. He's healing up, but not enough. He will fall. DY in return to go down, though, as the 2 cores from Alliance walk away victorious.
They force the glyph, and because of that, the Exorcism, well, it
they lost
is
the
running
catapult as
short,
well.
and they have to go back. Yeah, they have to go back. Mirana has ported after dying mid to just defend the tower, so has Shadow Demon. Perhaps they can make a kill here instead, but that top lane rotation, it's all right for Limp. He was involved in a couple of kills, but they do lose their 2 supports, though, as Oracle and Lina play that really well. They really played that defense well.
It was one of those awkward moments, right? It's one of these big ultimates. You're like, I'm not sure if we need to commit this. If he commits it straight away, there shouldn't be any casualties, but maybe they don't even hang around long enough for you to get the kills at that stage. So it's understandable why Limp holds on to the Exorcism as long as he does. Just one of those awkward
We
spells.
do see the disruption into the arrow from Mirana. Oracle is around, but is he going to be enough? Let's see.
I don't think so, Les. This is looking pretty rough. PYW, no chance against this combo. Don't ban Shadow Demon or Mirana at your own peril.
Yeah, this combo does quite a lot. Usually the problem is what does the enemy team get from you running together with 2 supports all the time. That's usually space for their other laners, and your 2 supports that are running around all the time together have less experience than they should have. But when you find so many kills that Shadow Demon and Mirana have managed to do, you're fine. Both level 4.
Might
Centaur.
find more. Scent been found. Arrow through again. Rinse
time
repeat. A
doesn't
little
connect.
bit mistimed though. And PYW's wrap around the back. Hands can back all the time. Nico Baby does have the chrono and is coming in though. Time dilation slows him down. Light Strike ready to try and keep Limp away. With the chrono. Max value. Let's get the 2 of them, Miss A. Xiao Yu will be bashed up and killed. And DY, he can't get away either. 3 stacks already on him. The damage should be enough to overwhelm him.
He runs away. Limp dove so hard though. He didn't really find the kill that he was looking for, and that was the Lina kill. But they do find 2 others. Good rotation by Nico Baby. They're realizing that he can join the fight super easily with his Void. Uses that first chrono and allows Alliance to take down 2 members of ViCi Gaming.
Meanwhile, bot lane still being relatively quiet, and Legion is a fairly decent amount of gold behind the Ember, but 33 looking a bit more alive in this game compared to the last one. Hasn't died yet, at least. Meanwhile, on the top. It's going to happen again. Hanskin moving in. Actually, he didn't have the arrows. He'd been farming with it a little bit greedy. So Xiao Yu should be fine. They might try and turn around if they're not careful.
They have to be super careful about these things, that this aggression that they're putting on the top lane, because soon, very soon, Ember Spirit will start his rotations. And once that happens, if you're way too aggressive and way too deep, he's going to clean you up. So if you're Alliance, you did so well so far, but you have to chill a little bit.
Yeah, instead of rotating towards 33 and trying to actually get a kill into the Ember, they keep
Void, he has no
way.
chill. Nico Baby goes in.
Here we go, LSA. Interrupt, the arrow comes out, and no chill for Oracle. DY won't get away. And that's a mega kill streak already for Nico Baby, just in time for the runes. Eurus will get both the bot ones, though. 33 doesn't dare walk away from his tower.
Centaur jumps top and snatches 1 bounty rune too. So he might be able to TP away. Let's see. They are hunting. They're hunting, and Limp is coming as well.
Hits through with the Spirit Siphon as well. They'll be able to bring down Xiao Yu. Limp says thank you very much. Medusa did move across with a DD, though. Oh, nice save. False promise. Stampede gets him out. And they just have to run away from Ori. It's a little bit scary at this point with that DD on the Medusa.
Very interested in seeing Eurus come online with his Ember Spirit once he starts his rotations, because his lane has been going really well for him. He's second on the network charge, just below Void. Void that has had many kills to his name already. That whale is almost to be completed.
Void, which, by the way, is not going for a Midas this game. No Maelstrom either. He's going straight towards a Manta.
Straight Manta.
Not something we see too often. Understandable against things like the Searing Chains, though.
Yeah, you could get some diffusal perhaps too. We'll see.
Good luck with that. 1 bash. There it is.
Yeah, this Centaur has had a really rough game. He's 0-5 at the moment. He isn't even allowed to come back into this lane. He instantly falls.
Does he even register as a hero at this point?
He's a Centaur. A little bit bigger of a creep Centaur, and that's about it. But soon enough, he might be a beast if you give him just a little bit of space. He just needs a couple of bracers and he's fine. He's already good to go. Just like any single offlaner in the current patch. Just give him a bracer or 2, suddenly unkillable. From something that you bully for 7 minutes into something that you cannot kill for 7 minutes.
So that's why, you're saying that's why 33 wasn't able to dominate last game? He didn't have enough bracers?
Not enough bracers.
He doesn't have any this game either, but now his lane makes sense.
Yeah, but he's not dominating in this match too. He also had a rough laning stage. He was a lot.
Wow, he's definitely looking a lot better than someone else in this game right now. The Xiao Yus will finally get a chance to hit a few creeps. They are coming back again.
Looking better than the Centaur isn't really too hard of a thing to do, especially as Void is maybe looking to even chrono him on this top lane. Let's see.
Limp's creating a distraction in the mid lane. Stampede's going to come out in time. And Limp will move away as well. Moonlight Shadow does get Invis, press the attack to make sure he's not trapped long enough.
They didn't have any detection here to work with, so Moonlight Shadow comes very in handy.
They're thinking of getting a kill here as well. Eurus. There it is. They've got the arrow, but they haven't got the angle. Will come out, Slight Fist dodges it out, move across, and Hanskin pays the price for the missed time.
Yeah, the first rotation by the Ember Spirit instantly punishes Alliances. They lose their position for Mirana. And that's what we were pretty much waiting for, because when you think about it, when your Medusa is mid, your safe laner has to be more on the active side. And Ember Spirit so far hasn't been really active. He's just been farming, biding his time on the safe lane. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because he did get quite a lot out of this lane. And now when he starts rotating, perhaps he'll be able to do quite a lot. But he has to be careful. Chronosphere here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's like, see ya.
Yeah, that was really smart play from him to Remnant away instantly. Because if he gets chrono there, he gets followed up by an arrow into duel, he's most certainly dead.
But that does mean they're likely to forfeit this tier 1 bot, as 2 cores have rotated from the side of Alliance and they have Hanskin nearby. Meanwhile, Limp will just guard the mid lane. They are using it on their side of ViCi to treat it as a an XP bot lane camp, right? You know, you just got to train up your support somewhere, and Medusa keeps supplementing in the jungle. But they want to move in and maybe take the tower. And actually, they're even on damage right now. Medusa not really known for her push power this early on compared to the DP.
Definitely not, but she does have some teammates around her. She has the Oracle to save her if anyone goes on her. And also you have Ember Spirit for that extra aggression that's necessary.
Fada. Purge comes out, Dance as
out.
well. They're going to get the tower. Fada, living life on the edge here. Eurus trying to move in. We'll get the Sleight of Fist to get the kill. And the Purge is going to run out, so they'll be able to back away. A bold strategy from Fada there doesn't pay off.
Ember Spirit also finds a really good rune for himself, that Arcane one, and instantly he can invade the dire jungle again. There is no Void, and they know that. He was farming bottom for quite a long time now.
And now look at Zhao Yu's net worth. He's about to surpass 33. Who spent, it feels like the last 2 minutes have been 33 running around following another core, right?
It's pretty much the problem with the Legion Commander. If you don't have a really dominant laning stage, you do become this press the attack beast that's just running behind his cores as an extra save, and they do need these saves on the side of Alliance.
You're like a baby birdie waiting for mama to bring back the food. That's what's happening there. Like, you give someone, you make her day better because she loves her kids, but at the end of the day, you need to feed him something. Maybe
you're on top
with this,
arrow.
but there's going to be a remnant away.
Was a close one. Really well timed by Hansken for the arrow to be exactly on the rune.
Any other hero likely gets caught there.
Exactly.
But not an Ember. Zhao Yu's just getting all the recovery space he wants in the meantime. They're going to move bot. They do need to actually shut him down again.
Oh, they might get to here.
No, Fada. The creeps reveal what's up, and Limp says, why did I rotate here? I mean, you got level 1 Exorcism, but it's not going to do that much damage to the tier 2 tower. And I'm getting a little bit concerned about this Medusa now. I like that Nico Baby said, why would I try and get in a farming race with a Medusa? But at the same time, it puts you hard on the clock if you're Alliance.
He's going for Manta Midas. It's definitely an anti-Medusa build. Let's see.
Stampede, Hansken, gets caught out here.
Where's the
move away. It's a pub game.
What's happening? Like in that last game as well. I believe in that last game, it was ViCi Gaming that lost one crucial fight with
the Chrono. They're moving in. They go straight away on the Centaur. He's the target. He's a tanky one. Now the duel comes out after the LSA. False promise to protect the Centaur. They move across, clean up the Oracle. Now that it's going to be Stone Gates pretty early. Ori being kited out for the time being. They will get rid of Hansken as a 2-for-1 trade so far, but you need more for your Alliance. You did commit a lot here. Remnant away. Eurus has another one to escape. Zhao Yu should be the target as he has no Stampede anymore, but he's moved towards the tier 1 tower where you'd think he'd be protected, but with the Exorcism running, they're just giving him double value. Nice here in chains. Nico Baby backs away. He's a little bit scared of this Medusa, and they don't even get the tier 1 tower from this.
Yeah, your Alliance, you pop your Chrono, you pop your Dead Prophet ulti, you get a couple of kills, that's true, but is that enough? I'm not so sure, because now you're working without your big ultimates, and it's on ViCi Gaming to do whatever they want to on this map, and the only good thing for Alliance, besides those couple of kills, is the map control that they gain with these dives. They push ViCi Gaming into a defensive stance, which prevents them from taking any towers. As you can see, tier 1 on the top lane, still standing for Alliance on the bottom lane.
And now 33. He wants a few more stacks so he can go for a kill on the Eurus here. He's moving Invis
Be careful. Centaur is here. Lina is coming as well in that smoke. You don't go for this kill. You can still keep on the scout on him. You can continue just lurking from behind in this Invis.
Fada? He got clipped there. Laguna, disruption. Just gonna give the kill over to Eurus instead. Or Zhao Yu.
After Shadow Demon dies, you have absolutely nothing to work with.
Especially when you see Oracle is also here. Actually still smoked for the moment.
Mid lane, however, Alliance is taking the tower too, as they did spot a lot of ViCi Gaming members just moving towards the bottom lane, towards that tier 1.
They're TPing down here. Limp came in. Says scram. My buildings. LSA should cover their escape. Meanwhile, top Nico Baby. Yeah, once he has this Diffu, he has a means to just kill off Ori. That's the play here, Liz. Instead of building a farming item, you build the item to kill the farmer, because that's the better way to get gold.
Yeah, it's a build that people usually go for versus Medusa. You get the Diffusal and the Manta, and you mess with her mana shield, but so many times I've seen this backfire, as in you just don't farm as fast as with some other items and you fall off.
And the Chronos become more crucial as well.
If you don't kill that Medusa once in that Chrono, suddenly she takes a couple of good fights afterwards and you can't catch up anymore mid lane. However, they're trying for a duel, but
it's a brave target. They will get the disruption. Arrow, long range, but the Stampede lasts long enough. That was... I mean, that was ballsy. If he had one more leap, I think Hanska would have been there, but he'd already expended them, so he couldn't get close enough.
There is a Void rotating in though, and there's a Chrono on this Void again. Nico Baby
There is. They
in
see
good
him.
position to jump in, but has not enough vision. Fata still struggling with that position 5 support role when it comes to planting down some wards. I'm kidding. He had really good ones in that last
Yeah,
game too.
he had good ones for the mid lane as well to allow him to get that tower on the next push, which they did. So they met their objective, and now, with this smoke movement, they might meet some more objectives, like killing the cores. Ember would be a massive target for them, but the smoke breaks on Xiaoyu. Chrono on a 3. Oh, well, nods as well. Going to get them low. Lina will be the first to go down. Now Disruption. Now they're just trying to solo out the Centaur before they can actually get the save there with the false promise, but it will be there before the Oracle drops. So they won't get the duel win, but they will most definitely get the Centaur kill.
On the bright side, Ember Spirit does manage to get away, but Centaur...
He's wasting their time a little.
He's wasting a lot of time.
Run, horsey, run.
In the end, does die. Nico Baby gets a double kill, and that smoke was really good play by the side of Alliance. They just ran straight into ViCi Gaming. ViCi Gaming, they didn't even react. You could see it. When they got chronoed, all the heroes were still directed in the same direction towards that tier 1 on the top lane. They definitely did not expect that play by Alliance, and that's what makes that play so good. It's not something that they saw coming.
Definitely one of those, oh no, what just happened moments. Like
Fata also didn't see that coming, or maybe he did. Sometimes when you're position 5, you're supposed to be dying in these dangerous areas for a bounty rune. If you're a position 5 right now for a bounty rune, that's definitely worth.
Well,
if you get it, but
if you're the 4 and the 5 though, they're together. That's the bigger problem, as they lost both of them.
Sometimes you give a little bit more than you wanted, but
give a little more than you take. That's the beautiful nature of Dota. A little bit of a back and forth game. A vicious tennis tournament between two sides. And you can see the creep waves back and forth. Nico Baby needs to just get rid of this catapult before it actually takes your tower.
Or just get it.
Or just farm.
Yeah, just farm, get it in deny range, and then take it out. One more hit is required though. There we go. Deny range.
Stampede.
Doesn't go for it. Top lane.
Yule controls him up. The pings are coming out, but there's no one to TP up and help out 33. And now he's in a little bit of trouble. He has to back off. Moonlight Shadow sticks up and runs away. Just in time as Medusa of all heroes was coming to kill him.
Or he's coming to kill the tower to claim this area of the map, as they have lost their own tier 1. Yeah, why bother to chase that Legion commander who's most likely not going to die? However, Shadow Demon, might go for this. You can see a smoke coming from ViCi Gaming.
And they do have an Ember. We know how this one ends. Disruption reveals. Arrow through, controls up, but now the Serum chain's out. Limp moving in, Silence going to be a Lagoon on the side, gets through the Shadow Demon. X is going to be committed though. The buyback, trying to get it quickly. They do have this Shrine of Fire. Xiaoyu gets out of range just in time. The Stone Gate to stun him up. Limp can't chase quick enough, and Fada, he can't reach. No disruption for 8 seconds. All that to get a Centaur, you're not happy. Duel on the side, that might be a bit better, but no one's helping him out as PYW won't give over a duel win. He might still give over his life. The LSA is flopped, and he might be dead.
Chrono is there. He caught the Medusa. There is the defusal as well.
She's in trouble. Medusa can't easily get out of this. They could maybe protect the false promise, but the stun in return. Xiaoyu, he brings down the Mirana. Nice buyback from him. Because now you're fighting to another shrine, and Eurus, barely any mana left, does get away just in time, but the bash in straight away. Ori low, looks like he might be dead. DY, he was too far away. The time dilation reached up to the high ground and made sure he couldn't get close enough, and now he pays a price as he joins his Deucer in the grey.
Nico Baby, what an aggressive player. What a show from him on that void. Now Centaur again, next target. He's very tanky, has a buckler as well.
Is he really? One more bash would do it. They force a buyback, so now you can just back away. You're content with that.
Yeah,
I mean, Oracle's one of those 5s, right? Your buyback is worth so much at any stage. Not for the monetary, but the importance of it.
Yes, definitely.
Well, an odd fight we have here, Liz. From one shrine to another, though. I mentioned though it was a bit like a game of tennis, and there's your example.
Yeah, they do take down the Medusa. Here's the Laguna Blade, and Shadow Demon falls in the end, so they get something out of this team fight, as they were forced to buy back that Oracle, and they lost strategically they lost that fight quite convincingly. Alliance from their shrine to the enemy shrine, using that Chronosphere to take down the Medusa, but most importantly, man, the balls on this faceless void. Nico Baby jumps into all of them, even though he knows Oracle has his ultimate, but just by the presence of him, you know, he shows up there with that tattoo of his, and DUI is like, all right, I need to split Medusa. I'm too scared of this guy. I'm gonna go to the shrine. You're on your own. Goes to the shrine. Medusa dies without being ever ultied by Oracle. I think DUI maybe should have ran together with him, but the problem is if he goes that path, Void probably just cleans him up first. So it was a difficult situation for DUI to use false promise.
I mean, he gets caught out by the time dilation. That's the big thing. It's so deceptive, right? Like, we know the range. We can look at it when we highlight on the hero. That's what caught him out, because he would have been there otherwise. That movement speed reduction, though, completely screwed any opportunity to save Ori. Now things will calm down again. TD will go into the Ember, and he will probably look to party. He is going for the Linken's build.
Yeah, the Linken's in this game is alright. It helps you versus some of these heroes, versus Duel, obviously, but still, Linken's doesn't save you from the Chrono, if they or the AoE Silence of the Dead Prophet. So those two are probably the biggest things that you have to worry about if you are the Ember Spirit. But he needs to be as active as possible. He needs to be in their face for as long as possible, and that's why Linken's will be good. Also, later on, when you're pushing high ground, popping that Linken's on the Naga, on the Medusa is also very good. And
basically, his logic is that at this stage in the game, I need to get deep into the fights, and obviously the threat
he needs to go so deep. Killer Pigeon needs to
so deep. Where's he coming out? In Australia?
Possibly.
Say hi to Toby's family.
This time he wants to go to Sweden, to Alliance headquarters, and he wants to wreck them.
I think Alliance are coming to wreck them, though. They smoke around the back. They'll get their runes, but when they head back, they might be in trouble. Moonlight Shadow's used. They feel confident right now. Hanskin caught on the side, jump in. Chrono onto the Medusa, chase on the DY instead because he has to, but he's disarmed. Moving in. Jewel's going to come out. Centaur, no chance to Stampede. He's dead. Disruption to control up the Medusa and force her away, and Centaur can't buy back this time around to save your life. There will be a Stone Gaze to get you out.
With the Stone Gaze, Medusa is able to run away, but Nico Baby is following. Sadly for him, no vision because of However, also doesn't have the diffusal to work with.
Eurus has no remnant. He has no remnant to work with. He dodges the silence. He needs to live longer though, but he won't get a chance. An even bigger kill really at this stage in the game. Yes, the Medusa's worth more, but the one making the plays of the Ember and PYW.
Four-man wipe in the end. Ori does survive, but what a great performance by Alliance. And I have to tell you this. The way that fight started was very unfortunate for ViCi Gaming because they spot Hanskin on the opposite side, and that makes them believe that they're around Hanskin and not from behind. And then Void just jumps them. Void still, Nico Baby. That Chronosphere, you can say that it was bad, but it was only bad because he was trying to catch Medusa and Oracle. He was trying to position it in between the two of them so that he clips both. He clips the Medusa, doesn't clip the Oracle, and Oracle is a bigger target. You need to take him down so that he doesn't save the other man. However, the teamfight still was executed very well by Alliance. That Prophet moving in together with the Duel, just taking down the Centaur first, immediately out of the equation, and then everyone else falls too. Ori.
Full Stampede easily. Credit where credit is due. You know, the other big thing to look at that they've done there really is they refocus target with the duel. And speaking of the duel, it's going to be another one. False Promise going to come out. Laguna won't win the duel for him, though. 33 might still go down. They'll find him. Now Ember needs to escape. Up to the high ground, he says. Nico Baby gets stunned up. No Chrono for 40 seconds still. But on the side, TP away by Medusa is successful. Nico Baby, calm down. Calm down. Manta, Ori, what's he doing here? Nico Baby gets away.
He's playing with them.
Who's playing with who here, Liz?
Now it's the Centaur that does. Yeah, Void was playing with them, and then he time walks away, baits them in. That Soul Catcher just shreds Centaur apart, and then they clean him up very comfortably. Alliance, this is the way they should have played that first game too. They just didn't have one thing that was so necessary for them, and that's a good laning stage. In the second game, the game is much easier because you win at least 2 lanes. When you lose all 3 lanes in the game of Dotes, it becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult for you to do anything in the mid game. Arrow.
Usually one of the big cruxes of the Musa. Chrono is Speaking of Musa, Chrono's going to come out straight away. The mana's going to be bled dry. And they don't have a false promise to say with. Nice LSA coming out though. The silence, free man coming there. Yules, nicely done. Nico Baby still chasing him. The time dilation, but not good enough.
Arrow is there, but it connects only on the Centaur. You don't really want to go on him with his Crimson Guard. He's very tanky. Too difficult to take down.
But they still have the Exorcism, so they can still make plays despite not getting the kill with the Chrono. It does suck a little, but you've still got the big ultimate on Limp to work with. And now that he has the Ags, you can see how pesky he is in general.
There's an Axe on Mirana too, so they have quite a lot of damage coming from Hansken. Not really an item. I mean, an item that's good on Mirana,
We usually see
definitely.
Guardian Greaves a lot more.
Usually you see some more utility on this position 4.
Arrow coming through. Hello. Man to dodge doesn't work in his favor. Pushes him towards it. Exorcism's going to be used. Medusa's a big kill, and they might be able to find it. No mana left. No life fever is going to go down. Nico Baby trying to find more. The duel comes out after the Stampede. The Yules should try and buy enough time that he doesn't give over the damage, but it's too late.
No
He's
buyback.
dead. Exorcism leads up into the high ground. They force the Medusa buyback, but this should be a lane.
They just have to wait for their creeps.
They do
have that divine protection kicking in, and they're chewing through it with all the ghosts coming from Limp, but creeps are arriving, and when they do arrive, perhaps you can take a fight.
No, if Limp dies, no!
Yeah, that's
They dangle him too far forward.
Yeah, you still have to respect the Medusa if he's on the high ground, and if he's hitting you together with that Laguna Blade, obviously he can take it
Nico
down.
Baby, he's going in for the snipe, but he doesn't get the bash love. Yule's going to come out. He knows there's no Laguna, but he can still get him low. He has got the time walk to get on top of Ori. He's looking to man fight up against him. The arrow's going to come through. Medusa out of mana. She is going to be the dieback at this rate. Stun to try and save her life, but it's too late. Dead for 100 seconds, and Nico Baby's not done. This man is hungry for more.
Okay, this time around, he's a little bit too hungry as these two supports managed to take him down. Jumping in with 10% HP, that's not really the perfect play to do. However, he does respawn with full HP, and now they can think about pressuring high ground. Ember Spirit is on that top lane.
They might get him, Fada. Pops the Lincoln, disruption, here comes an arrow, time to eat. What are you eating, Alliance? They're going to eat some Ember Spirits here as they find Eurus. Hansen gets the kill.
That's 2 cores without buyback, and Limp is up in about 10 seconds. After he respawns, perhaps you can go. Maybe you can go right now if you're brave enough.
So they got the Chrono again, why not? Party time in the Radiant base. They're going to jump in. Chrono's there for the Oracle alone to kill him off, which means Xiao Yu's in trouble afterwards. The Yules won't change anything here. And now the duel's going to be there, jumping forward. Nice mana dodge. Nico Baby, magical fingers here, trying to kill off a magic user. But the movement away, after the buyback, the Stampede will keep Lina alive.
Dead Prophet did find a really good rune. That's the haste one, so he will move towards his teammates a little bit quicker while they're taking down the tier 3.
Buyback from Oracle. Disruption again. Xiao Yu sidesteps it this time, though. It will at least be a tier 3 tower. Are Alliance happy with that, or are they still hungry?
They can go for the Raxes now. You have that Prophet ulti in 10 seconds.
Jump in again, going deep. Nico Baby, the bash is no! PYW's gone. Silence comes out, and they will just melt straight through this centaur. Off to the glue factory of you. Soul Catcher really is a special, special spell.
All the buybacks that have been committed by ViCi Gaming did not stall Alliance, did not stop Alliance from taking down this first side, this mid lane. The mid lane melee Raxes should fall any second now, and
but
now
one thing stops them. Tier 2s. That's the only reason they've probably left that base right now, Liz.
Yeah, Medusa has respawn too. You don't have Chrono, you do have Exorcism, and you should take down the shrines plus the bounty runes. I mean, you know what also stopped them? Their wish to go shopping. You have so much gold, you know, you're rich. You don't really have to commit to a team fight any longer. You can take down a couple of items first. However, stopping them from shopping is also the lack of a courier. Who's that?
That's true. Arrow onto Medusa. Shenanigans again, but they'll send him away. And yeah, look at the amount of gold floating around. These boys right now, they could buy their own Mercedes, especially on Fada. 3.2k gold on a position 5. Oh, this is the game you dream of, right, Liz? Aye, mate, you're sitting there, you're 5, you brought all these wards, you're like, finally able to actually just spoil myself. And he buys more wards.
The true position 5, the true sacrifice.
What does a true POS 5 need? Well, I could buy more wards, there's a few smokes available. Still have 3,000 gold.
It's really good that they have this Void, man. What a hero in the current meta. Overall, Void plus a Legion Commander makes him hit so hard with press the attack and also clears any sort of disables off of him, so he doesn't really have to worry. Even without the BKB, he's fine completely. He can play whatever way he wants to, as aggressively as he wants to, which was perfectly executed in these last few fights by Nico Baby.
I also love the way it's syncing in with heroes like the DP, right? Because DP fits Void Drafts really well because you lack push. She gives you that push, but also she's like a pseudo Sand these days. Worst case scenario, Exorcism, and you don't want to blink into the Chrono, but you could if need be to give the extra damage.
Yeah, it has its ups and downs, this duo, of course, Void plus Dead Prophet, even though they complement each other very well in that way that you have just described. They do have 2 big cooldown ultimates, which
it's kind of traditional Dota, right? Where we used to talk about the huge ultimates, and it was great, but teams started to move to these low cooldown heroes because you just ramp up the aggression constantly.
Yeah,
and
ViCi Gaming can definitely punish them if a few chronos or dead prophet ultis are misused, but so far Alliance have been on point. Nico Baby with his aggression is hunting for more.
Papa Nico needs to eat. And he does find the perfect target. Get rid of the Oracle and save the Chrono for the big ones. There's already going to be an arrow on the side of the disruption. Stampede will get one away, but Lena's left behind. He's moving in and still find the kill into DY. Forces him to use the false prophecy himself, in fact. And he will still inevitably go down. Yules controls him up. Arrow through. Distraction on the center. They could go in for the Chrono opportunity if they want. Do they need to hard commit? There it is. They're going to go in. They're looking for the bash. They get it straight when it's Xiaoyu. BKB, Nico Baby brings him down. No buybacks indeed. And Ari, well, he waits out the Stone Gaze, goes in with the Chrono, the Soul Catcher as well. And this is just done. This is reaching a point of ridiculousness. 16k net worth lead. Alliance part in your face. Just tap out with a GG. You know what, Liz? Game 1 wasn't looking too good for Alliance. ViCi looking hot, but Alliance, they come bouncing back in and say, anything you can do, we can do better. And they finished 20 minutes quicker.
They finished 20 minutes quicker.